welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be putting together some bows, and they are going to be super easy breezy. So this is what I have made. I love, you guys, this new bow shaker die set from Scrap Diva Designs October release. I mean, paired with my favorite witch bow. Y'all know that since I started designing for Erica, my favorite bow of all time is this little witchy bow. She's just so poofy. She keeps her shape. She's so much fun at Halloween. But then if you take off the little bootsies, you can use it year round. You can even make some little elf boots out of this. And I think it would be so, so darling. When I was making this one, it reminded me of the Grinch when he does his hands like that little heart thing. So I think they would be really cute to use like Grinchy colors and create it, but I'm absolutely obsessed. It comes with two sizes, y'all. There is a large and a small. So let's see, the large is about 2 inches. I'm sorry, the small is about 2 inches wide and about 2.5 inches long. And then the large is about almost 3 inches. I guess from here to here, it's going to be about 3 inches from here to here. And then from the top to the bottom, almost 4 inches. So they're really great size. Look how cute. These are going to be perfect for bag toppers, treat toppers, embellishments. They're just so stinking adorable, and I think paired with the little witch bow, it's perfect. So let me show you how I put mine together. Okay, first of all, I like to use these craft plastic sheets. I get them off Amazon. They're on my Amazon storefront. I'll make sure to have them linked in the description below. It's a really thin acetate, so these wafer thin dies cut really well through this. So I absolutely make sure I always have this on. I don't know if y'all remember, if you've been here long enough, you know I am not a shaker girly. I don't know how to make shakers. At being on Erica's design team, I've had to practice and just kind of figure it out. But by no means am I a shaker girly, and this acetate just makes it really easy. Really easy. And then I like to use the foam board from Dollar Tree. I got that idea from my girl Wandy, and I've been doing it ever since. It doesn't lose its shape like foam does when you cut through foam, so that's why I like it. The only thing is that it does squish it, so it tends to get a little thinner, and sometimes you have to use more than one piece to make it nice and thick. But I think it's worth it because it does not lose its shape. So for this bow in particular, and again, it's the shaker bow set number 1. For this bow, you have to cut 4 pieces out to create your shaker. You're going to cut your base piece. It's just like every other shaker. You're going to cut a foam square or foam piece. You can use foam, you can use paper and just cut it several times and layer it to the thickness that you want or need. You can also just use, you know, like regular foam. I think a lot of crafters use 5mm foam. And then you're going to need a solid piece of acetate, and then this trim piece right here. So basically it's 2 of the shaker pieces and 2 of the solid pieces that you'll be cutting. And what I like to do is I start by putting my liquid adhesive on this piece right here, right on the foam, and then I add my acetate and my trim, and I let those sit for a while. I like to make several at a time, and I like to let them sit so that the glue can dry before I actually start gluing things down. I just feel like it's less messy, and so I cut several pieces out, and then I start to assemble them this way so that, like I said, the adhesive can dry and it's less messy. So just like that, I give it a little press. Then I'll take this piece and add this piece to the acetate. Sometimes if these thin layers are thick enough to stitch on, I will let them sit overnight and then stitch on them the next day, so that my needle doesn't get gunky, and that tends to work really well. I haven't had any issues with that method. This is very thin though, so I'm not even going to take the time to stitch on it. I really think that this die, the design of it is really cute. So you don't really need all those extra bells and whistles. So I just adhere that and give it a little press. And like I said, I would typically allow this time to dry, but for the sake of this video, we'll just go ahead and get started with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just grab a little spoon for my stash, add a little bit of shaker bits to this. You don't want to make it too thick because then your sides don't adhere well. So just like that. I'm not really too worried about this area because we're going to cover it up with a little witchy bow. I'm using these shakers as embellishments, and so I'm not really concerned with you know, covering all the top area. It's more of the bow tails that are going to be visible. So I'm just going to add my glue to the edges. As long as you take your time with it, you know, it'll work out. It'll be nice and stuck together. Okay, super easy, right, to put this together. And then I love just that it has the two sizes. So we're gonna do this one now, and you can also do it this way. I'll do this one, I'll adhere this one a little differently, just so you can get an idea. Like I said, I am not a shaker maker. If you are a shaker maker, you might have a different routine or style, or what's the word, method. But yeah, I just go with the flow. So we're gonna adhere that. Okay. Isn't that so cute? It kind of reminds me of Hello Kitty. It's just so darling that it's just darling. I don't have any other words. It's just cute. And what I like about this is that it's not necessarily seasonal. You can use this year-round to create bag toppers, embellishments, scrapbook layouts with it. It's endless, right? The possibilities. I mean, it's a bow. So it's going to be super cutesies, and it'll work for any season. I especially like the idea of using it as an embellishment, you know, not necessarily a bow, but an embellishment. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I am the messiest crafter. I try not to be, but I just don't even know. I can't even tell you why I'm so messy. I cannot even tell you. Okay, so we're gonna add just some sequin here. I'm gonna remove some of this because it seems excessive. And then I'm gonna try to grab that and put it in here. I also like to use those little plates for these, y'all. You know, the ones that have the little baddies? I actually used those on the embellishment, and I thought, what other one did I put on? I thought it would be so cute to actually fill it with the little bats or the little spiders. Like, how cute are those little batsies? They're darling. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing here. I should add a little more. Like I said, you're not even gonna see it, but it's just the idea. That's just the idea of it. Okay, so this is the larger one. This is the other way you can put these together, and you can certainly add sequins to the center. But I'm just gonna add a little bit. Okay, what I like about using Barely Art is that it will glue clear. It will dry clear is what I want to say. So where you see the little white around the edges, it's going to dry clear. Okay, and then all we're going to do is for this little one, I'm going to add the bow. I think maybe this way. Yeah, so we can have one up and one down just to give you an idea. Let me do that really quickly. Okay, so I added a little pom to this. I had to move it over there so that we could get my glue gun because I didn't move my glue gun. I really love the look of them. You can totally embellish or add a sentiment. I did a pom-pom here, a little ephemera or die cut there, a bat, a spider. This one's got her little feet facing down. Aren't those so darling, y'all? so stinking cute. Really just the perfect embellishment. This is definitely one of my top 3. This is my top Scrap Diva bow of all time. I hope that you guys check it out. I'll make sure to link everything in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.